Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome to Talking Shit. It's your boy Sophisticated Jerk and the Manic Genius.
Yo,
So today we're gonna cover the Fresh and Fit scandal. You know, the Auburn Preach video where they did the interview and they kind of broke down the whole situation. So we ain't gonna waste too much time. The video's kind of long. We're gonna skim through some parts, but let's go ahead and get to it.
yep, let's get it.
Any words before we start?
No, I haven't seen this video, so I'm just as curious as.
But all right, we'll go ahead and play it right now.
I wanted to get to the bottom of this fiasco. If you haven't seen part one, be sure to go check that out for more context. But I decided that I would interview the woman in question at the heart of this whole thing. She provided me a bunch of screenshots, screen recordings, and a bunch of different things. And I think it answered a lot of the questions that would have seemed to be unanswered before. Things like whether or not she's a sex worker. She isn't. What was the timeline of events? Did Walter know that she was not on birth control? Was he aware that she was trying to have a child? And did they have discussions about it? Was he trying to be serious with her? What proof does she have that? All these things are going to get answered over the course of this. But first thing that I have to correct from the previous thing is that she's never been a sex worker. Turns out she won some kind of beauty pageant, and people just start uploading her page, her photos to some
might not be a
sites,
sex worker,
but it was just
she's definitely a thought.
Now, whether or not you want to believe that is up to everyone at home. But to date, there's no actual proof that she does any of that kind of work. On a live stream today, he said that you were never his girl.
He said that?
I made a statement on my vlog and on the show multiple times. And I said, this is a matter of fact, guys, look it up if you want to. I said, if a girl's on camera with me, she is what? Not my girl. Just keep that in mind. If I bring a girl on camera, she's not my girl.
Dang.
You never see my girl because I know what happens when you bring a girl on
Shout
camera.
out to Auburn Preach for finding these receipts.
That's all I'm saying.
Listen, this was a great trip. Happy to see my lovely Asian queen again. But you know,
Man, call her queen.
as time passes,
he looks
I
happy.
must say farewells
Yeah.
for a short period of time until she comes back. So can't wait to see her back here in Miami. I love her. No. Love you, babe.
Love you.
Yeah, I love you, babe.
Love you.
You're gonna
baby.
pause it right
Pause
there,
that.
man.
What are your thoughts so far?
Man, he definitely full of shit. Cause you know, he was that's why I said, man, you know, we always been giving pushback to that whole movement, man, because it's just like I think a lot of them feel like, man, they gotta jump out here and put on that whole persona of like, oh, I don't give a care about these chicks and stuff. And so even when, you know, the allegations start dropping, you know, my man was on some like, nah, I really don't, you know, she ain't nothing to me and stuff like that. And then, you know, once she's starting to drop these receipts, you know, my man's on some like, I love you, you know, some
Yeah.
notebook type shit with her, you know. So definitely like undercut his position and shit where she's like, you want to play this game? Like, here these receipts go. Like, nah, you was out here simping and tricking, you know, you just stop playing. Like, you ain't gotta act tough. Like, I'm about to lay it all out. So it definitely undercut his position.
Wow.
What about you, man? You did.
I mean, this is interesting. I mean, I wish I had popcorn because I feel like the video that I've been Preach put together is this is just the this is the first minute and a half, almost 2 minutes, and I mean, there's a lot of information to digest. I don't know Fresh and Fit on a personal level, but I have seen a lot of their content, and they do, you know, preach from a standpoint like be cold to women, you know, definitely don't simp, and you know, say you love them, and you know, treat women like a manner, and this kind of goes against everything that they kind of stand for. So but I mean, I always knew a lot of the shit that you see online is bullshit. So that's why I could never really ever get with that whole red pill movement, because it's really led by men with no principles. Guys who are great at talking and have a lot of shock value, but when it comes to actually living, you know, what they speak on, you can see. And this is unfortunate for Fit, because this is their brand. You know, Fresh allowed his own personal desires to get in between what they've worked so hard to build. So it's actually, I think it's sad. But I did know that they had, I knew they had some beef with Abba and Preach, or Abba and Preach had beef with them, and there was supposed to be some boxing match that never, happened. So it's kind of funny in a sense of like, it's like Abba and Preach's turn for sweet revenge, and shout
Yeah, they
out to
laid it.
whoever who's giving them these receipts,
It was
because
her. She dropped it on everybody. Yeah, she was doing like a interview
Yeah.
tour and shit.
but I'm saying like the editing, because when they
Oh yeah,
when they-
no, they laid this shit out like a defense lawyer team, man. They
Yeah,
was
this
kind
is-
of
this
nice
is
with that
real
editing
clean.
and shit.
yeah, like I said,
So
we're not even 2 minutes in, and there's
yeah,
a
man,
lot
it's
of information.
153, man, and they already captured the fuckery from the
Yeah,
jump.
yeah, yeah.
They have my man out here on some I love you shit.
Hey, Abba and Preach, we have no beef.
Yeah, not at all, not at all. Pittman. I want no
The
smoke.
Manic Genius supports.
But all right, man, I'll go ahead and start the video and stuff.
Yeah.
So he's out here saying he don't claim her. He never claimed her. That's not his girl. But in private, he's saying, I love you. He's saying, you my girlfriend. He moved her in.
Look at my man
And on
preach.
top of that, he publicly on video saying he loved her. Does that sound like somebody who's being treated like a jump off? I'm just saying. Everyone telling she's baby trapping him, all this other stuff. Is she baby trapping him, or is he just trapping her? I'm asking the questions. Because the only deception I've seen so far is from him towards her. The only trap I've seen so far is him basically love bombing the shit out of her so he can fuck her as much as he wants. Then when he's done, he just get rid of her.
Well, he's just making him like make him look like idiot right now, because clearly, like he made that on public, and on the conversation you saw it. He calls me girlfriend, right? Yeah. Are you gonna take someone to see your entire family if she's not your girlfriend? Travel to your home country? That's not reasonable. You can like
She had my man in
casually meeting
China.
your mother. That's fine.
China
The first time I
tricking.
met his mother, I was like, okay, if you decide to do that, I
No,
don't
she's
mind.
saying that he
Why
met
did you
his mother and
accept being in
father.
a non-monogamous relationship?
What was that?
She's saying that she met his mother and father.
Yeah, but she said like he traveled to her home country and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. My man was on her continent, like tricking and stuff.
Oh,
So yeah, he's definitely was on some boyfriend shit, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like if the conversation is, were they boyfriend and girlfriend? I think her argument definitely stands. I mean, based off of what we've seen just so far in 3 minutes in, she's already provided text where he's, talking about my baby, and then, texts don't really have as much context as, a video. And then she showed a video of him saying, I love you. And then the story behind it, she's met his family, and apparently, I guess he's met her family. So that's not no jump off type shit.
No,
That's
definitely.
that's definitely a relationship. And I would say, going a little bit beyond boyfriend and girlfriend, because not every boyfriend, or girlfriend meets your family unless it's like something serious. You're at least considering it.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, let me start it back up. So yeah, this segment, why did you accept being in a non-monogamous relationship? This is where she
Oh, that's a good question.
yeah. All right.
Relationship with Fresh.
Yeah, you know why? Because we were in a long distance relationship. Because whether I agree or not, he's going to do that, and we weren't stable because we just got to know each other, and So I was thinking, just to be there and move there, for, like to be with him, maybe like it would be different, But I don't want to like it comes to a conclusion in the beginning, like, oh, I'm gonna stop this guy from doing everything just because he met me. Because in the early stage of the relationship, I don't want to.
Then I asked,
So far, man, you kind of believe in what she's saying, or you think she
I mean, I think I have my own opinion on it. But based on what she's saying, I hear her logic, because in my own personal life, I have had, women, that lived a little bit further, offer that as an option. that I could be with other women. Why? Because we live, you know, so far away. I don't believe in that personally, so I didn't take that. Um, but you know, women will do it. You know, especially if they really want to be with the guy, they'll accept. You know, or they'll do things that they think that will make that person more accepting of the situation. So she actually has some logic on it, but I'll reserve my opinion till the end, so I see the rest of the information.
Yeah, I think she's full of shit. I just think, man, she was there for the money. So typically when females like don't really like a guy, they cool with a mug, with a dude, you know, like messing with other women and shit because they really don't like him like that. So a lot of times when females are actually like liking a guy, you know, they become kind of territorial. Where it's
Yeah.
like, man, I don't want him messing with nobody else. So yeah, if she's like, cool, you could do the poly thing and shit. She was just there for the bread, pretty much, and like, man, go sleep with other people. I really don't want to be with you like that. So I think that's more or less what it probably was with her. But yeah,
Yeah.
let me go ahead. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I think that just to your point, I think that definitely holds true if they're like, if they live close, then yeah, for sure. If a woman lives close to you and has access to you and she's saying, oh yeah, you can do your own thing, absolutely. She's like, you know, I'm here for the bread. I don't really care what you do. Like, I actually prefer you to do that because I don't like doing that with you anyway. So you can go ahead and do your thing. And just as long as I'm still taken care of, I'm okay with that deal. Like, absolutely right. If you're in a close proximity. But I do think she has a point with her being so far away. She didn't want to lose the connection based off of, the male desire and what he was already doing, because he's very vocal on his channel on how he views relationships and how he likes to move. So, and that's, with multiple men, and no judgment, multiple women, no judgment. But yeah, so I think personally that because she was far away, she was willing to accept that, but to make, to allow her to still stay in his, presence. But I definitely think she had a master plan.
Yeah, because I think a lot of times like they'll sign up for certain things, like that type of relationship to lure the guy in. Because man, a lot of females like this, man, they understand like a guy's desire. Oh, I want multiple women. So women play the long game a lot of times. So they're like, oh yeah, I'm cool with that. Then down the line, that's when they switch it up. You get the Adam 22, like, hey, motherfucker, my turn. You get the Adam 22 where she wants her pound of flesh now, or she's just like, put the baby on them and like, nah, I'm good. Like, send that check over. So
Yeah,
I think a lot of times when women, they act like they sign up for that type of lifestyle up front, but once they kind of get what they want and they embed themselves in your life, and something is coming in two forms. You get the Adam 22, or you getting the baby, which is so nah. I think she was looking long term on this.
Yeah, no, you're right. And I think it's also another exit strategy, because when things get tough and after she has a baby and the baby secured and the all that secured, then she could turn around and say, well, you were sleeping with all these women, and it's another like thing that she can use to like,
oh, I don't want to do this anymore because
exactly.
We do got a kid now. So yeah, no, that's a good point.
Yeah.
But all right, let me go ahead and play this back.
Okay, well, why do you not want to be intense about monogamy, but you are rushing to have a kid? I asked some tough questions.
That's a good question.
I'm not softballing it.
Pretty good question.
She's like, I don't want to be too intense and like rush like monogamy, so I'm accepting this. But like, but you want to have a baby with him.
Yeah, I understand because I just felt like I just feel like I'm not that type of girl that I have to be with someone for years to get married, or if I like someone, I can have a kid with him for like a week. Like,
God damn.
It doesn't matter. It's the time doesn't matter. I was with someone for 9 months. He really wanted to marry me.
Hey, Shorty said a week.
Yeah. She was like, look,
hey,
man, hi, bye. Let's get married.
She is a bag chaser. She just gave out her whole game plan right then and there. Like, what kind of guy, what kind of person can you get that much information about to know that you want to be with them or have a kid with them, you know, have a tie for life that you can discover in 1 week. I'll tell you, somebody with money.
Yeah, nah, she definitely came, man. And this is what makes this even much more sadder for Fresh. Like
Yeah.
the fact that you ain't even like move with caution with this female, because like you said, man, you could pick this shit up in like some basic editing in an interview. And you telling me like you have all this awareness and shit, and you that's what makes it crazy.
Yeah, they definitely should be giving men advice about women.
Hell no. Put that cat in IT on the show or something.
I mean, he's American, and I didn't want that. I ended that. When I met Walter, I just felt like, wow, there's so much chemistry.
What? I mean, I agree.
I'm just trying to talk to you.
Chemistry. So much chemistry. So much
No, I'm
money.
not the type of girl that
So much clout.
I'm not the type of girl
Chemistry though.
that's gonna have to that I have to wait for a long time before I marry someone.
Well,
Huh?
English
How
isn't her
about
first
that?
language, so
I mean, there's plenty of
No,
people
no,
who
no.
meet their husbands
Maybe
for the first time
she's-
through arranged marriages or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, weird.
But I don't
Maybe she
disagree. I'm just saying
mistranslated
that's not that
chemistry for
abnormal
clout.
in different parts of the
Weird.
world.
It still doesn't answer the question. It doesn't answer the question of why you want to rush this baby, but you don't want to rush the monogamous relationship. It doesn't answer anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't. As a matter of fact, it made it weirder. So I'm still questioning. Like, it doesn't absolve it doesn't absolve or take out of the equation the baby trapping thing situation because of that answer. That answer was so.
But that's not baby trapping. That's just what she's saying is there's some people out here who are just very like feels oriented, meaning, oh, I loved her. Well, how do you know? It's been a week. I just feel it. Like some people are just
definitely
like
not buying it.
You know what I'm saying? They're
Yeah,
very
yeah.
intuitive. Everything is just
my man Abba trying to sell it.
We called them
Hell no.
stupid.
Oh, which one's Abba? Which one's
That's not very smart. That's not.
I agree. It's not smart.
It's like
Abba the one in orange.
Having kids with somebody you met a week ago.
maybe.
Preach is
What
not
if he
buying it.
claimed he never wanted a baby? Would that be true?
He didn't want. Okay, if he says so, if he really didn't want the baby, after so many times I asked him in person, do not come in me. He does that every fucking day. Like, he can just pull out. Easy as that. Because
Easy
he
as
was
that.
always like, oh, I'm doing this with my girlfriend. So really serious conversation, like planning a future and ask me what I want to do. Oh, I want to plan a future with you. Why don't we get a house instead of renting another apartment? That doesn't make sense, wasting money, blah, blah, blah. And he said, what if you get pregnant? Isn't that better for a bigger house?
Oh shit.
Yeah, well, my man, he was about to put her in a life of luxury, man. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. My man was what they say, shooting up the club. That
Yeah.
that cat was like, "Ugh, I love you." Like, yeah, my man was wilding, man.
He
Yeah,
said, I
she-
want a house. Dang.
Yeah, let me skip it a little bit. Get to the
The text message.
yeah, let me pull it right there. Pull it back up.
I think they're irresponsible, but that doesn't mean baby
Yeah.
trafficking.
No, I wouldn't.
Those are
exactly.
separate things.
Exactly.
Not pregnant, no baby. She tells that to Walter. He says, oh, you did a pregnancy test? She says, yeah, my period just came and 5 days ahead. So you play a good game. Oh, okay, what game? This game on bed. I'm confused. Don't worry, we all are. I don't think anybody understood what she meant. She goes, just kidding. I meant you are safe. Just letting you know. Next time you won't be so lucky.
Oh,
I'm not having a
Shorty told him.
having your baby.
Yeah.
Next time you're not gonna be so lucky. And what does he write? Oh, I wasn't worried. I didn't want to pull out anyway. But that's good that you got your period. Oh, so you're being she's not too happy about it. I didn't reject you because I don't mind being pregnant with your baby. She's being direct.
Yeah.
She's telling him, and all he says is, no, I'm saying I like you a lot, and once you're happy, I'm happy. So can you understand why she's confused? He refusing to pull out, busting inside them sugar walls. and now all of a sudden he's been trapped. He don't want to be a dad. You have decided that you were not going to pull out of her vagina, so you're not going to pull out of fatherhood.
Yeah, baby.
You are not.
So yeah, my man, he directly like. Let me get back to the interview section. All right, But yeah, nah, she's dropping them receipts. Yeah, he was definitely giving
Wow.
up that boyfriend energy.
Yeah.
I always told him he knows I'm not getting any abortion, and plus, he didn't care at all. He was like, he was kind of like just admitted that if he's gonna make me pregnant, he's just gonna like raise a baby with me, and he didn't like say that, but all this his action proves that.
Doesn't mind isn't the same as saying he really wants to have a child. Why don't you get verbal confirmation if he really wanted a child with you?
No, because I was pretty sure that he was so serious about me. But then, okay, but at least he's not stupid that if he does this to me, I'm gonna get pregnant.
Realtor.com is the #1
Yeah,
app real
edit
estate
some of this stuff
professionals
out.
trust. So when you're buying or selling a home,
I think it's just misunderstood. Maybe he was just being irresponsible. But for me, he's serious. Yeah, because I've never met someone like that. Nobody would treat me like that. Like, this is so evil. I've never met anyone like that. I'm not acting like a naive girl right here. Like, I traveled a lot of places, but nothing like this.
See, that didn't make much sense to me because in my head, I'm like, so you want to be serious with somebody and you want to have a child with them, but you're not getting them to verbally say they also really want to have a child with. Shouldn't that be something y'all establish properly?
And I
Let me pause right there. Yeah, she was trying to run that trap. She
Yeah,
stupid.
she knows what she was doing.
Yeah, because let me
She's trying to play innocent.
yeah, it's like she trying to wash away her hoisms.
Yeah.
Paperwork.
Yeah, I have no problem sharing that. I actually posted
See, she pulled out the pregnancy test right there.
okay, so let me explain about the ultrasound. The
She better
doctor
hope
told me it's
she
still
has a safe
early, 4
pregnancy.
weeks. So she can't see everything, but she can still see a little bit, like a small quarter of it.
Mm.
But it's just like it's too early. You
Why
know?
is she doing
It's
an
4
interview in a
How did
bra?
you know
Hold, pause
the
that.
CEO was the man to bust inside your sugar walls?
I have no.
Let me skip this shit. What was you
She's-
saying though?
She's doing the interview in a bra.
Yeah,
What is
you've
wrong with
seen
her?
him, but you look at her.
Yeah,
that's
she's like
face
into
of somebody
fitness and
who's
stuff.
actually
So
into
yeah,
it.
you know,
she was impressed. So she was
Man,
like,
fitness or
"Yeah,
not,
not
like,
game."
So he got so
there's like a level of
that's just
etiquette.
one thing that I want to establish.
You know you're gonna be on the
Okay,
internet.
why are you
Etiquette.
exposing him publicly?
Why? Because obviously now I hate him. I hate him for not being a man, stand up for his child, and not taking the
Of course you hate
responsibilities
him.
after. He doesn't have to love me, or he can break up with me. That's fine. For me, it's okay. It's some guy I seen for 4 months. I was like gonna get over with it. But I'm pregnant. This is serious for me.
This is just a bit of a sidewall, but Fresh and Fit fan accused Fresh of buying you a bracelet for 30 grand.
Mm.
On a podcast, he said he never paid a
See,
dime.
this is
Nobody
where the
has a
tricking was
receipt.
coming in.
Is this true?
The Chinese escort, because I'm about to get Fresh on this one too. So Fresh, you gave an extremely expensive Von Cleef bracelet, which are worth up to 30K, to a Chinese escort you just met. Now, Fresh, you claim that you didn't give her the gift. That's what you claim.
Show me the proof.
But the escort says that you did.
Look at her page in detail. What does she have on there? Multiple gifts from herself, by the way, or from her ex. Whatever she does for her money, bro, is up to her. So to put that on me, just because you want to say, "Oh, Fresh is a simp," wrong.
So you didn't buy it?
Fresh, so can you
No.
respond?
You're just trying to say that he bought the bracelet. He didn't buy the bracelet.
And
No, it's not true. He paid half and I paid half. Like I said, how much? Around 30K. Well,
Fresh, you
first,
should
I
have
still
bought her ass a
conversation.
Rosetta Stone.
I told him, "What's the issue if you tell everyone you bought me the bracelet? Like, why can't you tell everyone? Why can't you just speak the truth? Like, why are you like pretending it, like hiding it?" But then he was like, "Don't say it." He just told me to shut up.
It's not a big deal.
It's not.
So what's your take on that so far, man?
I don't know, man. Like I feel like she's so calculated in everything that she's done thus far I think if he really did buy her the bracelet, she'd have some form of proof. She would have kept the receipt, like kept the actual literal receipt charged off of his card and would be showing it to us. So the fact that, she doesn't have that, I would have to take Fresh's word for that.
I don't think so, man, because
I mean, if she's saying that he paid half, like, okay, but you can't prove it. Like, is she? We've seen just in the clip, the footage that we reviewed, we've seen that Fresh lied about certain things, so he's clearly a liar. But we've also seen she is very calculated in her moves. So everything that she says with conviction, she backs it up with proof. So, I mean, I think that's a moot point. I mean, I don't think it's that important, but for the sake of argument, she doesn't have any proof of him purchasing this bracelet that I've seen so far. So I'll go with Fresh's.
I'm not. I think, man, once you kind of show a pattern of tricking and stuff, because them cats be talking about being on sugar baby sites, man. I don't know what percentage he paid of it, but it wouldn't be too far fetched, because it was like somebody that was calling them out on their show and stuff. So, like you said, maybe they don't have the exact receipt on that one, but for them to kind of confirm that he knew about the bracelet and she paid for it, he knew a lot of details about it where.
Yeah.
If you didn't kind of have no involvement and you be like, man, I don't know what the hell bracelet you kind of talking about. Like, seen a rocking one, but yeah, I had nothing to do with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good point.
But let me keep playing this.
To protect his reputation. Do you think that all this is good for your future baby?
That's another good fucking question.
Yeah.
It's not. That's why in the beginning, it's not good for the baby, actually. That's why I just want to tell the truth, because when I first test positive, and I was just kind of shocked because I just want to see where his head's at, and then I try to talk to him, I called him, I text him, he acts like nothing happened, like not my business, like woman, not my business, deal with it. We're not together, like don't call me, don't text me, things like that. That was his behavior. I have a 37 minutes conversation between me and him. What if you think we don't keep the baby because we're not together anymore, things happen, and I'm gonna take care of you, I'm gonna take you to the hospital, that would be fine, I would be okay. But he did completely the other way around. That just made me so sad. That just made me so sad. How can you you said you love me like literally 2 weeks ago and wanted to plan a future with me, and now you acting like this with me.
When did you tell him you're pregnant?
On the 30th. Yeah, I called him immediately. When I exposed him, when I start
Hey, pause it real
to
quick.
decide to expose him.
Right there.
Yeah.
She should have told him on the first.
And that's funny. She said when I exposed him, so yeah, she had this laid out, man. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
if somebody, man, honestly likes you, man, they're not gonna take no approach. So, you could tell, like, she definitely, man, I think she spotted a trick, man. She seen
Yeah.
listen to how he maneuvers, and like I said, kind of the pitch. And this is why we always kind of gave like a lot of those guys pushback about that whole movement, the red pill movement. We're like, man, y'all putting yourself in a place of like desperation, by how to maneuver. And it's just like, man, you're coming off like you're tough and you got this like thick exterior, but it's just like, man, you're kind of setting yourself up, because like now you're jumping out there, you're messing with any chick, man, thinking like you got the upper hand. But like a lot of these dudes don't understand, man, these chicks play the long game.
Yeah.
And then a lot of guys, man, they end up falling in love, even though they talking all that shit, they start catching them feelings and stuff. And that's when that chick slipped through the cracks, man. They start, oh, well, she look good, subconsciously, like I was saying in the other channel, like a lot of guys sometimes try to put babies on females. You know, a lot of insecure guys, they'll do that subconsciously, like even though they'll tell everybody, oh man, it was a mistake. Man, you know what you was doing. So they put that baby on the chick, especially if they look good, like kind of like a trophy type thing, you know, like my man Future and shit. So it's just like he definitely was having them feelings for her, but she also spotted because she probably like I think she was actually on the podcast before, you know, heard their, you know, what they do, like, oh, okay, man, they're trying to always smash chicks. They try to maneuver like this. Let me go ahead and slide in there.
Yeah.
You know, give them the whole submissive routine, you know, how to be catching up guys and stuff. So yeah.
And I think this is one thing about I will say that's a lot different between women in America versus foreign women. It's like they're coming from a completely different background. You don't know how she's been, you know, raised, and her ideals about relationships. You know, some of these countries, they literally view relationships as opportunities to just completely get out of poverty. So now they're not even looking for love. So they'll tell you whatever you want to hear. And you just have to have the discernment to just take things for what they are and just watch the actions rather than the words. And I think unfortunately for Fresh, he got caught up in, you know, the moment, the feeling, because I'm sure she treated him super well to where he, you know, felt comfortable enough to, hey, you can meet my family. Like there's a possibility we could have something together. But, you know, at the end of the day, they're not going to operate like how a woman in the United States would operate. As we're seeing, I've seen her on a couple, you know, podcast panels, just answering questions and, you know, kind of doing a exposure tour. And I honestly don't think I think an American woman would have operated a little differently. You know, she would have realized, hey, I won, you know, I'm having a kid that he's gonna have to pay for. You know, that would be like it. Because, you know, nobody wants to get dragged in the mud, but I think she believes that people are going to believe, you know, how she, you know, what she did was, you know, play the whole like victim game of like, I didn't know, he told me he loved me and I have the receipts, you know, I'm going to play like the more that this video plays, the more I realize that, like, you know, she recognized the sucker and got him.
Yeah.
You know?
Cool. Let me play a little bit more, man.
Asked her, when did you call the lawyer? So so essentially what happened was she called him on the 30th of March, being like, hey, wait, 30th of March? Am I thinking the right date? What are we right now?
March or April.
We're April? Okay, oh, sorry. So he told her on 30th of March, telling her she's pregnant. And I think on April 4th, that's when she started exposing him. So on April 4th.
Denied and everything.
Yeah, because when she contacted him, he's just like, bro, I don't know you. Get the. And so she's like, yo, you got me pregnant. You just going to disappear on me? So when she exposed her, she's like, I'm calling a lawyer. I'm going to figure this whole shit out. And so that's the timeline of how things went down. It's 2 + 2 4.
2 + 2 is 4. Yeah. Yeah. That's mathematic.
No. And then I asked her, who decided that?
Who decided that? That's just logic. That's just the math. Without this, the world doesn't function. You can't
question.
count on anything. Everybody knows that.
Okay. Oh, there's the context.
Idiot.
Yeah. All right, let me skim through a little bit. I'm gonna jump to the part where Myron had his little rant. That shit was hilarious.
They'd be like, bro, look at women, so emotional, never consistent, blah, blah, blah. What the fuck is this guy doing? And you know what? The fans are noticing because they up in the comments, they're letting them know about the recent live stream. They're not happy with it. And actually, did you see the recent live stream they did with the lawyer?
No spine. And that's the reason why a lot of you mother are fat, triple chin, neck bearded, pieces of dorks with no money and no one respects you because you mother
don't stand for nothing. If I stand with Fresh, I die with Fresh. It is what it is. Okay? It is what it is. You fuckers, oh shit, it's getting shaky. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave. I got 20 real estate properties, so I can tell mother you, my net worth is over $6 million. I get money residually. I don't need to do this, and I don't need to sell my soul. I stand with my friends. Period. All right. Some of you mother need to get a spawn you jellyfish, SpongeBob in a pineapple house. Pieces of shit. It pisses me off how soft all you mother are, bro. It's ridiculous. You mother haven't stepped in the gym in 3 weeks trying to tell me how to be loyal to my friends. I'm not going anywhere. All right. I'm tired of you. Leave Fresh. He's only done. Well, you. All right. I don't need to make a cent off this podcast. I'm fine. My real estate will take care of me because I knew that if I want to say what the I want to say and not sell my soul, I need to go ahead and build residual income coming in every month so I can sit here and tell you, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to say what the I want to say, and I don't give what anybody got to say.
You sound like you don't care. Everyone believes.
You believe the tough guy act?
Hell no. I mean, first off, he doesn't even know how to play a tough guy.
Yeah, man, that was terrible, man. I was like, man, he sound like Macho Man Randy Savage off of like WWF and shit back in the day.
Nah, at least Macho Man Randy Savage, his character, you believed it to some degree. Like,
yeah,
nobody believes this shit. I mean, he's talking, yelling, looking over to the side, waiting for a reaction from, I guess, people in the studio, whoever he's looking at. And
y'all believe this shit, guys? Did it sound tough enough? Fuck, I even scared myself.
Yeah, looking for validation amongst the people, the crowd. Like, first off, he didn't say anything that was emotionally rowling to where he could, like, other than the I stand by my friend, like that part, you could get emotional at that part. But the whole rant, and it's just like, it shows he has no emotional intelligence. And that is some weak shit. And, that's why I honestly always been against the Red Pill movement, because there's a lot of, blame on women and women bashing, but there's no accountability on the men. They never look at themselves and look in the mirror and say, you know what? Maybe I'm the fucked up one. Maybe I need to hit that gym. Maybe I need to, understand how to control my emotions, because, losing it or pretending to lose it, it doesn't look cool. It doesn't give you respect, not amongst men, maybe amongst kids, who've never been in that type of energy or an environment, but it's not believable. It just looks weak.
It sounded, like I said, like a punk trying to finally be tough and shit. And it reminded me, man, back in the day, man, we used to call them like lunchroom gangsters, man. Like, shit pop off, they go all over the top, be screaming out all loud and shit because they know the teachers will come and break it up. You're like, man, why the fuck you going all over, man? You causing a scene and shit. Like, man, we could have just went back and, threw hands and like got it over with. But they know, like, by like excelling their voice and shit, and getting loud, somebody's gonna really come and break it up. So they project like that toughness and stuff. So yeah, that's what it reminded me of, man. And like in a lunchroom, the kid that's like, okay, let me get loud so the teacher come and save my ass and stuff. So that's what it reminded me of. And the other thing is like, man, it's cool being loyal to your friends and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
So nobody's saying like, man, you really had to come out here and throw him under the bus. I think if Fresh was actually a good friend, man, he would have came out and be like, you know what, man, I slipped up. I was maneuvering dumb. Probably like took a little bit of time, let this like blow over and stuff. Like, that would have been a move to make, because it's like, man, by him coming out there and, like you said, justifying this after, man, you're very judgmental on the females that come up there.
Yeah,
and
super judgmental.
And come and find out that these are the same chicks that you guys are tricking on. When you're telling guys, oh, you need to avoid this type of female, blah, 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 blah. So it shows you guys got the awareness because you're breaking the shit down. So, but you're not following what you say to get caught up like with a chick that like damn near said like I could have a baby with somebody in a week and stuff. And, she's coming out here throwing you under the bus this quick. So it's like, man, to have that type of slip up and you've been talking to dudes for like over a year and something. Yeah, it just shows like, like you said, man, yeah, you ain't really standing on anything.
Yeah.
But all right, man, you got anything else on this? We go ahead and wrap this up, man.
Nah, I'll say that like definitely shout out to Abba and Preach for putting together this video and breaking it down and providing the receipts, you know, to and the video clips, the footage to like different things in question. And you know, shout out to Fresh and Fit for, you know, building their platform and, you know,
Yeah, getting
continuing to
money,
grow.
man.
So, you know, uh you know, it's just life, you know, and this is a perfect example. I'll say like there's highs and lows. Definitely a high for Fresh and Fit was, you know, building from nothing to, you know, their platform, you know, that's, you know, synonymous with success if you're talking about YouTube and, you know, podcasts in general. So they're definitely successful men. And, you know, this is definitely a chink in their armor, but only in the messaging. I think this is an opportunity for them to mature and grow and maybe be less judgmental for their future, the way they assess things. And maybe they want to take a step back and just reassess how they're moving in their actual life. Because that's one of the things that I've noticed on YouTube. There's things that'll make you go viral and are for entertainment purposes. So I do believe that a lot of what they do is for that. You know, it does make money and they're successful at it. So, but you should also try to at least mirror what you preach about in real life. So I think this is an opportunity for Fresh specifically to grow, accept, you know, his contribution towards the situation and, you know, learn from it. I hope the young lady, I don't know her name, but I hope that, you know, she has a healthy pregnancy and that she delivers, you know, the baby without any, you know, major issues. And I hope that her and Fresh can, you know, co-parent and put the child first and eventually take, you know, because I mean, their child's conception is like going to be synonymous with the internet and like this time. Like when that kid is born, that kid becomes 5, and it's a 5-year anniversary of, you know, this whole, you know, thing. He's going to have to look at this when he's an adult and be like, damn, this was how dad was to mom, you know, and this is how mom was to dad, vice versa. So
It's a bad scene, man, when you
it
say
is a
that.
bad scene. You know, his
Fresh
whole
better marry
inception.
her, man, and submit. That's what Fresh need to do. Fresh, you're gonna have to submit. She she got you, man. Like she just ran a better playbook, man. That's what happened.
Yeah, she
They
definitely
both
ran
was
a
doing
better
it for the
playbook.
wrong reasons, but she like I said, man, she played the long game, man, and that's where
Outclassed
guys
you.
got to watch out, man. Like, oh, what was you saying?
No, I'm gonna just piggyback on what you're saying. I'm just adding other adjectives. She outclassed him. Go ahead, man.
Nah, it was no outclass. There was no class to that situation. She spotted up, was like, okay, I got him. Came out with I think she was like after she told him 4 days later, she was dropping receipts on the internet. So she knew what she was
that
doing,
was
man. That was the Dot 101 playbook, man. She was like, I'm a she ran a pressure campaign where she was like, look, he gonna cut that check.
yeah.
Yeah, so definitely, man. Like you said, man, this is definitely a learning opportunity, man. What they need to do is that, man, I get it, man. Every dude wants some chicks and stuff like that. So they pitch a lot of like picking up women and stuff. Picking up women ain't that hard, man. Where you need to like eat where you shit where you eat, whatever the saying is, man. It's just like
Don't
if
shit
you
where
guys
you
really
eat.
have huh?
Don't shit where you eat.
Yeah, don't shit where you eat, my bad. But it's just like, man, stop messing with chicks around your business, man. Like y'all put a lot of work into that shit. If you truly had game, man, you want to be that pressed to like grab anything around you, you know, be grabbing like dots and stuff and all this trick and shit, man. Like go out there and put in that work, man. If you truly have like that mouthpiece, man, it shouldn't be that damn hard, man. So that's why I'm saying when a guy's like, they feel like if I just go out there and get this money, man, like it's gonna solve all my problems. You know, women are gonna come in, they're gonna like me. And this is where the showcase. And it's just like, hey, man, a lot of these chicks, man, they could spot your desperation, they could spot that you're leading with that money, man, and they're gonna come and clean your ass out. So it's just like, nah, man, like that's why we say all the time, man, you got to mess with chicks that actually like you, man, instead of like throwing that paper at them. Man, that's a short-term solution. But a lot of them guys, they like, oh, you level up, you get the money, man. They're all gonna come. Yeah, they're gonna come, but they coming with bad intentions, man. It just keeps playing out. Not even with just them, man. It's NBA players. We do this all the we be reviewing this stuff all the time, and man, dudes is getting got. What was it? Drea Michelle, Joy Chavis. Like, so man, these chicks is infamous, man. They cashing out, man. They undefeated to these guys, man, because that ego, like, oh, I'm getting some ass, man. Your money is way more valuable than what they offering, man. They damn near done gave it out to dudes for free and shit. And y'all sitting here like parading these chicks around and stuff. So yeah, no, definitely a learning lesson, man. And so it's just like, man, cherish your business, your time, all that stuff you put in there. Don't be allowing these like chicks to come in there and tear that shit down, man. Cause she's, like you said, man, you can spot what she's trying to do. She ain't even like discreet about it. She tried, but you know, you could just tell like her inner core was about getting paid. But all right, man, we'll go ahead and close this out, man. Peace.
All right.